Have you ever gotten really discouraging advice from some cranky old person when you were a kid? Like, let's say you approached somebody who had a job like you wanted, and you said, well, how can I do what you do? And they said something really snide and dismissive like, well, you'd be better off just staying in school, kid. Well, here's the thing. I am the cranky old person. I get lots of messages from young people asking for advice because I write novels as a career. And I feel like no matter how gently I try to phrase my advice, they come away discouraged or feeling like I was trying to throw cold water on their dreams. Because the reality is that factually, statistically, writing and content creation in general is a very low-paying job. And this is why when you go to a bookstore, the vast majority of those books, including some of the greatest books ever written, were written by people who were writing on the side with day jobs that paid the bills. That during the day, they were teachers or journalists or editors or line cooks or whatever. The entire time J.R.R. Tolkien was writing the Lord of the Rings novels, he had a good day job that was paying his bills. That's why he was able to devote an entire decade to developing that universe. He wasn't waiting on that next royalties check to pay his mortgage. And the writers who did try to write books full time, their stories are harrowing. J.K. Rowling was borderline homeless for part of the time she was trying to write Harry Potter. Cormac McCarthy, who some consider to be America's greatest novelist, lived for a while in a cottage that did not have running water. Writing is factually a low-paying job. Being a musician is, for the most part, a low-paying job. Being a YouTuber or a podcaster, these are statistically low-paying jobs. Most of the people who do it just do it because they love it. They want to bring something beautiful into the world, but they have other work during the day. So the advice I always give, and the advice that people hate hearing, is that the best realistic scenario is that you find a good job that you like separately from your writing. Something that hopefully comes with health insurance and retirement benefits, and that leaves you enough time and energy to create on the side. Or the nature of the work is such that during the day you're able to devote some brain power to working through your creative things. But I don't know how to phrase this that doesn't come off like I'm trying to crush somebody's dream or bring them back down to earth. Because the dream is that you can walk around and when somebody says, what do you do for a living, that you can say, I'm an author. But the number of people who want to write books who reach that place, it's not even the 1%. It's more like 1/10 of 1%. Do you understand that if your first book sells a few hundred copies, that is a raging success, and most people will never see that level of sales? If you sell a few thousand copies, now you're in the 1%. To be able to do this as a comfortable living where it not only pays your bills, but also covers your health insurance and a retirement plan and puts your kids through college, you have to sell a mind-boggling number of books. Like you have to be one of the lottery winners. And if you're saying, well, yeah, but it shouldn't be about money. I just want to bring something beautiful in the world that touches people. You can do that right now. I mean, I gave away my first novel for free for the first 5 years. I just posted it as a blog. Go create, make stuff, show it to people. But if you want to be able to pay your bills with it, you're talking about a completely different thing. To the point that I'm not even sure you would want to do that. The amount of promotion you have to do, the amount you have to think about the business end of it, you may be happier just having a job and creating on the side without having that pressure on what you create. Of having to sit there and try to type a story or write a song or whatever and think, wow, if I don't do a good enough job writing this, my kid can't go to college next year. I'm not happy about that. I don't take any glee in telling people that. But if I told you anything else in the name of making you feel better, I would be lying to you.